Hi, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the Bastian Weekly, your source for news, information on roles, supply chain, and tech, as well as recruitment. So just to start off with a couple roles we're actively working on at the moment, we've got a national operations manager for a leading privately owned 4PL, 3PL business. National operations manager will be covering a multi-site operational footprint. Role is based in Melbourne. Competitive salary on offer, and it's an exciting opportunity for a brand new role. We've got a financial controller for a privately owned packaging company based in Melbourne as well. It's a national role. Big background in FX, bill of materials, balance sheet management, managing a team of 4 direct reports, and any experience in the FX space, for especially around raw materials, would be highly valuable. We've got commercial and sales director roles for a European headquartered ocean freight forwarder looking to set up operations here in Australia. Both the commercial and sales director roles that we're recruiting will be responsible for starting the business, obviously winning new accounts, and growing the entity here in Oz. We've continued to look for a PSO director in Tokyo for a American global supply chain software provider. Anyone with experience in project management, team delivery, supply chain software, and customer management sounds like they would be an ideal candidate for us. Obviously, naturally, you need to be able to speak Japanese as well and fluent English, so bilingual in Japanese and English is required. And the final thing just around roles for today would be the desperate search for any automation and DC design skills here in Australia and the UK. So if you're a designer from any of the integrators and you're looking for a new job, give us a call. I'm pretty sure we can find something for you. So just a bit in terms of recruitment news, I continue to hammer this point home, but counter offers continue to be the bane of our existence here at Bastian. We had 2 more of them last week, unfortunately for us. So as an employer, I'd make sure you are future-proofing your offers, making sure you are being as competitive as possible when it comes to offering new roles, because it's something that's continuing to happen on a weekly basis in our world. I do think in terms of roles and the volume of activity, we are seeing a little bit of a downturn and a slowdown in the FMCG and retail space in terms of roles that we are recruiting at the moment. Still pretty strong in the advisory and tech space, so those areas are pretty healthy for us. But anything in FMCG has kind of tampered off a little bit. Again, that could change in a day or two or a couple of weeks or months. But from our desk perspective, those are areas that are softening just a little bit. In terms of supply chain news, I think here locally in Oz, we're certainly there's some content in the press about major issues coming up for our growers and our farmers, especially around these bumper yields and bumper crops that have been grown and the ability to harvest this product. I think there's a lot of concern of not having enough talent or not having enough pickers as well. So I know that's not typically this type of roles we recruit, but just generally from a supply chain and from a recruitment perspective, I think there's going to be running into some major issues for our fresh produce and vegetables and fruits and things of that nature. The other piece of news that I thought would be interesting to share in the supply chain piece was Amazon's recent new service offering in the AWD division at Amazon Warehousing and Distribution. They are now offering 3PL services and long-term inventory storage capability, whereas before it was obviously for much faster inventory turns and more for a quicker e-commerce fulfillment solution. They are now shifting and offering a new type of service, which again, I think will put even more pressure on large 3PLs, locally owned 3PLs, and just generally the logistics service space. So that's something to keep an eye on. And then the final piece I just wanted to share in terms of tech news I thought was interesting was Walmart's recent acquisition of Volt Systems to further strengthen their omni-channel service capability. I think this is another sign of a major retailer looking not only from a digital investment and tech investment, but to offer a variety of services and to change the service offering models that they have to adjust to the world we live in. So I just thought that was something to highlight, not only because it's Walmart and who they are, but also just another example of retailers further investing in tech and supply chain tech to be able to, handle the new consumer and customer expectations that we have in the market here. So yeah, that's it for us this week. If you have any questions or concerns, or you want to give us a call or shoot us an email, feel free to do so anytime. And we'll talk to you next week. Have a great day, guys. Cheers.